Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Today's topic is going to be the flat moon theory. So let's just jump right in. So in order to talk about flat moon theory, we're going to have to first talk about flat earth theory. And what better place to get that information from than the Flat Earth Society itself? No, not that Flat Earth Society, this Flat Earth Society. It is a Belgian band formed by Peter Vermeersch, and, judging by the name alone, I can only guess that it is a wonderful band that I will not understand a single lyric to, which makes it even better, because words are for losers, am I right? So, Peter Vermeersch, he made some other bands, and one of his older bands called A Group. Again, a fantastic name, because it's like a group of people, all playing instruments. Very clever. That was an avant-garde pop music genre band. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is avant-garde pop music? And to be honest with you, I have no idea. It just was on the Wikipedia article, so I was like, ooh, I'll use that. One of the artists in this genre is Frank Zappa. So you can tell they've got some pretty weird people in this group. They've got a guy named Peter Vermeersch, got a band called A Group, got a guy named Frank Zappa. Yeah, his last name is Zappa, like, the electricity from the wall just zappaed me. And this Frank Zappa has a kid named Moon Zappa. Now you see where we're going with this. Of course, Moon Zappa has pretty much no connection to the theory. I just wanted to throw that out there for brownie points. But he does have this other kid, whose name is Dweezil Zappa. His actual name is Ian Donald Calvin Euclid Zappa, but Dweezil is just so much more sensical than that mess. He was born in the year 1969, which is the same year as the Apollo moon landings allegedly took place, which is just a coincidence. But I don't think it's just a coincidence. Going back to his dad, Frank Zappa, he even has a minor planet named after him, 3834 Zappa Frank. And yes, I know that the scientists who were naming the planets got his name backwards. It's just that all scientists are bad at naming things. It's pretty much a rule if you want to graduate scientist school. So the nearest prime number after 3834 is 3847. And there's another minor planet, 3847 Schindel, from the same list, which was named after Jan Schindel, a Czech astronomer. Now, that's a lot of information packed into those two words, Czech astronomer. Number one, Czech. He is from the country that creates Chex Mix about 200, 300 years into the future during World War II, which is, pretty cool. But he's also an astronomer. An astronomer is someone who studies space. Well, what's in space? One, the two minor planets, 3834 Zappa Frank and 3847 Schindel, but also the moon. Here we see a clock based off of Jan Schindel's research, and if you look closely at the Earth, what do you see? You see a flat disk surrounding, or should I say, orbiting the Earth, representing the moon. Of course, this was sort of primitive observation at the time. He simply looked up into the night sky and saw, hey, that moon, clearly flat. As we all know today, is obviously true. But what does this flat moon really look like? Well, as technology has improved throughout the ages, we've learned that it isn't a disk surrounding the Earth, it is a disk alone orbiting in space. You've probably heard about the phases of the moon in school and learned about them. You know that when it's getting bigger, it's waxing, and when it's getting smaller, it's waning. However, I'd like to posit the idea that the moon is a disk where one side is painted like the moon, and the other side is painted black. So when it's waxing, the disk is just rotating in such a way that the moon side is facing more and more towards us. And then when it's waning, when it looks like the moon is getting smaller, that's because it sort of is, because we're seeing more of the black side as it rotates around to the other side. And a new moon is when the black side is completely facing us and begins to rotate around the other way. Of course, Jan Schindel, the hero that he is, discovering the moon is flat almost 300, 400 years before everyone else did, it's pretty incredible what he did, and yet all he gets is an exoplanet with a prime number on it. I mean, come on, show this guy some more respect. He gets that and this clock, which, to be honest, isn't all that impressive. I mean, it's neat and all, but still, I mean, look at that clock. Now look at this clock. It's probably even more accurate to his research. I mean, look at how flat that moon is. It is clearly not spherical. And that's about all I have to say about that. Thanks for watching.